If I can give you any kind of advice for you youngsters coming up in the world, from elementary, junior high to high school, especially high school, you learn this about the 9th grade. If I can give anybody any advice, is to be yourself. Why am I saying this? Because being somebody else, you'll never know who in the hell yourself is. You understand me? Being yourself is very important, because when you try to fit in with everyone else, you're not being yourself. When you try to emulate somebody else, you're not being yourself. Always be yourself. There were times in junior high school, in my high school years, I thought that being in the in crowd was the way it's supposed to go. I'm part of the cool crowd. I'm part of the ones that are walking around school looking nice, looking dapper, looking sharp, looking fresh. That's the word I used back in my day, fresh. I thought that being fresh was the way to go. Yeah, of course, my grades were slipping, and I would pick up my grades when I wanted to. Or when I was about to get in trouble with mom and dad. But just know that being yourself is very important. I know that when you're in junior high school, fashion is the biggest thing of our lives. We got to have the newest kicks. We got to have the flyest sweatshirt. We got to have the flyest gear, period, right? We want to stand out in all weather because we want to show we can do it all. But yet, we lose ourselves, you know. To some of the people that you meet in junior high school and they end up being kind of weird to you, they dress strange, they don't dress like us and dress cool. Pretty much they being themselves. When they walk into stores, they buy clothes that normally we won't go buy because it don't look right. It make us look stupid. Always be yourself. Personality is a big thing. Everybody has their own unique personality. You like what I said, the word unique meaning different. Not everybody's personality is the same. There may be some similarities, but it's never the same. Your feelings are never the same. You know, the way you think is never the same like everybody else. You know, we can think up the same solutions, we can think up the same ideas, but we go about things totally different as human beings. Now, back when I was young, Atari came out. So that was a thing that we all played short time. And we would go outside and play, go outside and hang out with the fellas, you know, play two-hand touch football. You don't see that no more. These Xboxes and these PlayStation 4s and 5s and 6s and on up, boy, they keeping teenagers in the house. And they wonder where this weight gain is coming from. Why are our teens so bloated or so pudgy or so overweight? Because all they do is sit in the house. Now, what I have learned about schooling so far in these days, because you know Mr. Wade is 50 years old. So these days I learned that, number one, physical ed is not like it used to be in school. They do not push physical education, meaning PE time. That's something of almost like a textbook. I've learned that PE is only required 1 year of your high school years. There's 4 years in high school. Not 3, not 2, 4. But 1 year, your 9th grade year, you can take PE and be done with it. Then I heard they made PE into some kind of thing where you must study and take tests. They made physical education into a test-taking subject. Because it's not all about keeping us fit. It's all about keeping us, of course, educated and keeping us unfit, you know? Things like that evolved over the years. And as far as fashion, I remember back in the day when I was in high school, there was a store called Miller's Outpost. Wow, I used to love that store. You can have $100 and go in Miller's Outpost and damn near revamp your whole wardrobe. Glasses, shirts, rayon shirts, snakeskin belts, all that stuff. Come on, you go in looking like last year's and you come out looking like you ready for the next complete year. A store called Chess King. When you go get your short overalls, you get your overalls. Yes, Mr. Wade wore overalls back in the day. And they are coming back as well. Bell bottoms came back. And I know Mr. Wade ain't never wore on bell bottoms. Now my mom has brought me a butterfly collar on one of my shirts. I used to work at this retirement center for the rich. And she had me go in there with a butterfly collar. The collar stuck way out here. Way out here. But you know, God bless my mom. But to be yourself is a major thing. A lot of us can't do it. A lot of us cannot be ourselves because they think that we won't be liked if we be ourselves. That we must pick from everybody else and make that a whole new personality so that we can communicate better so they won't look down on us. But I tell you what though, when you be yourself, don't you feel comfortable? Don't you feel like, oh, this is me? But when you try to be somebody else, you feel like you got to keep being that way in order to be liked. You know, everybody has places or things about themselves that they don't like. Insecurities. Insecurity is a big thing. We all have those, whether you're young, adulthood, or even older. We all have insecurities, whether it's for our bodies, whether it's for what we look like, or whether it's our mind, whether how we talk. Do we have a speech impairment? Do we stutter? Do we burp when we talk? Do we have an odor that we can't get rid of? But being yourself is very important. Everybody in the world wants to see who you are. They want to know who you are, not who you can act like. Not what you bring to the table that somebody else because you want to be liked. You want to be original. Just like KFC chicken. Be original. Don't be a copycat. Copycats only get so far. Copycats only get caught up in stuff where they say, hey, you're a fake. From Mr. Wade to everybody out there, always, always be yourself. Because I tell you what, the only truth that's coming out of you is yourself. Everybody that you might try to emulate, believe it or not, they're not being themselves. They're being somebody that you like. Hollywood, perfect example. We see a lot of celebrities, we thinking, damn, I want to be like that. They're not like that at home. They're like that on camera. They're not like that in the studio. They're like that on camera. It's all with sales. And you know, you ever heard of actors and actresses that have this term where when they get ready for a role, it's called method acting. Those actors and actresses lose themselves because years of being different characters, they put their whole selves in that person. They learn how to be that role so much that they actually live and breathe that role until that movie role is complete. A lot of them lose their minds. You know why they lose their minds? Because they're not being themselves. Being yourself is a big advance in this world and a big advantage. I'm looking at thousands of you out there right now. Each one of you have your own power. Why not use it? Be yourself. Nobody else. This is Mr. Wade kicking you some knowledge about how to be yourself and only you. Stay tuned for a lot more. Right on.